and your teammates were already like, they were losing an arm, they were bleeding, their feet were bleeding, everything, right? And by that time, it was just way too late for Sinag Pilipinas. So maybe they can draft a little better to have a more balanced draft, not just like hold the game, hold the line, hold the door until Yu Zong is strong. Let's look and see if that's gonna change here on draft for game 2. Cignal Ultra versus Sinag Pilipinas, currently 1-0 in this one. So smart to ban out that Ling. Obviously, the Ling really fully utilized the lack of team fights in that last game. Less team fights means, there's more chances for him to also farm, right? Because I don't need to respond to any team fights, so I don't need my farm route, the jungle route is not disturbed. I really like that for Sinag Pilipinas recognizing that. No more free farming.
Your team is
Okay. So, yeah, I think it was one of the main problems here. Like, Kronos on the Yuzong was a good candidate for a funnel. The only thing that the Yuzong lacked was, I think, the mobility. I right now I'm realizing that Yuzong, that's the only thing that's stopping him from just being at the certain team fight at a certain time, is probably its mobility. Like, if he uses the dragon way too early, there might be a time that the dragon will just go down once he arrives to the fight.
Yep, absolutely. So, what are we looking for here? Are we still looking for a team fight lineup, or are we looking for a pick lineup? That's something that they'll have to decide for themselves. Right now, though, picking up Popol and Koopa, that's what I like to see. I like to see the Popol and Koopa here. Then with the Yuzong, there you go. So you removed one of the big counters to the Yuzong as well. One of the big problems to your mobility. That's very smart. But is this a reaction to what they saw last game? I feel like it's starting to look like it.
It could be. It could be. Like, they still pick the Yuzong. I love the idea that they still trust it, but Cignal Ultra, they seem unfazed. They just go straight for the Popol now. And I think Imba DJ is the one who's going to be using this. Just seeing the repertoire of heroes that he has. I think he will be the one who goes this. And the thing about it, Imba DJ was the one who controlled the side of Sinag Pilipinas in game number 1. I'm pretty sure that they will be trying to control Sinag Pilipinas for game number 2. There is the Farza though, so it can go to Imba DJ as well. And you would pick Farza for Imba DJ just because of the sheer positioning prowess of this person. He knows where to be at the he has the right place at the right time every single time.
The exact same moment that this looks like the exact same lineup that we've seen earlier as well in the earlier games, where I think this is Archangel's kind of running lineup, right? Where you have the Popol and Koopa as a front line, a very pesterous front line, where if Koopa locks someone down, that's almost an instant dead hero, right? If Imba DJ is nearby. So I think that's the reason why they keep picking this over and over again as well.
Well, we have to see. Xborg is one of the things, one of the heroes that they go for. Sinag Pilipinas, they really just want the damage output. They really want a cleanup crew. So how do you deal enough damage? Just go for 3 people who can go for the cleanup crew. They can deal enough damage. They can just take down. So 3 cleanup crews is going to be enough to probably take down the whole team.
Probably.
If there's when you have 3 bruisers, you're literally itching for a fight into the early game.
And if you pick these bruisers, you need to go for the fight, or else you wasted the pick on the bruiser, because that's what they do best. They go for the early game to mid game team fights and hope that they farm enough so that they can be tanky enough as well in the late game. And that's going to happen here on the other side. Cignal Ultra picking up the Hayabusa. So far, very, very low win rate. I think 0% win rate in today's tournament. Not so sure about that, but I'm ready to have my mind change. On the right side, though, that's Kagura. Ooh, El Clasico Mage. And they Kufra lock. Gonna get locked in as well. Or I think they can still change it. No, it's not locked yet. So, if they do lock this in, this looks fine. This is a lot better than earlier. This looks like this is a more scrappy team fighting comp. They can 3v1. They can play this three man in the mid lane, and it's gonna keep Cignal Ultra busy, right? Until Cronus can get really strong on that Yuzong.
Mm-hmm. Well, seeing the lineup right now for both teams, the Kagura is somewhat of a surprise for me. I know that this Kagura is going to be a support one way or the other.
Yeah, for sure. I mean,
it's somewhat of control. It's somewhat of a control pick. You don't really go for a Kagura right now, straight up, or just go for a mid lane Kagura. It doesn't really work that way because Kagura. The thing about this hero is she doesn't really, pop off that early. You really need the items. You really need the Clock of Destiny, and even the Clock of Destiny isn't even an item that you'd go for unless you're a Selena.
Yeah. And it relies a lot on the positioning of your teammates as well. If you get a yin yang overturn, great. But if there's no teammate there to follow it up, like, that's a wasted pick. So I hope they can utilize this Kagura, and this is mostly, as you said, for control. For the early game, it's just gonna be for control. They're just trying not to die again. I wonder if that's gonna work a second time here against Cignal Ultra, who, again, more well-rounded composition. Actually, this composition looks like it wants to get kills early on as well with Feathered Airstrike, right? And combo to the Popol in Koopa's Bite. Let's go into the game here for Game 2. Cignal Ultra versus Sinag Pilipinas. Take 2 on the Kronos Yuzong lineup. Let's see if it's going to work this time around.
Okay, so there are a lot of things happening. Imba DJ forced out uses bird form. It doesn't really matter because it's there at level 1. It's gonna go on cooldown anytime soon. But Imba DJ, he gets free reign over this mid lane, so we can get to level 2. This is a very smart. Rotation coming. This is smart rotation coming out on the side of Cignal Ultra. Because if you think about it, when the Farsa gets level 2, he has ways to do stuns and deal enough damage. As long as you have those two skills on your repertoire, I think it's going to convert into easy kills.
Yeah, stuns and slows at level 2, right? Because he has that very, very good toolkit rather. So waiting for that to be utilized for the meantime, though, everyone is on the side of Sinag Pilipinas' base, and they are holding steady on the defense. They're grouping up so early on that I wonder if they want to go for a team fight right here. Imba DJ's positioning, look at this. So aggressive on that Farsa. Just wants to get that buff. Ben Sandy, though, I don't think he's in trouble, right?
I like the commit. I really like the commit coming out here from Cignal Ultra. Like, Sinag Pilipinas, yes, they're just trying to get their ultimates. Not their ultimates, but their buffs, objectives, rather. But the thing about it is, Cignal Ultra, they're just putting fear in the hearts here of Sinag Pilipinas in a way that, okay, we're not really aiming to steal it, but we're just going to force you to use a lot of your resources just to secure it.
Right, exactly. So, is that going to be worth it, though? We're gonna have to wait if that's gonna be worth it in the later parts of this one. Again, Imba DJ, there's no denying, and there's no what do you call this? There's no denying the amount of game sense this guy has. So the decisions he makes are definitely there for a reason, and it happens. It just so happens that maybe there were just fewer. They want to control the buffs early on. I think that's what I'm trying to say. They just want to control the buffs early on, and I want to see more of that, especially against a lineup that wants to go to the late game. You want a late game lineup. This is a late game lineup, especially with the Kagura as your mage. So maybe Imba DJ is just trying to stop them or slow them down a little bit by denying some buffs, and that's a very good decision still in my end, even if it's 50-50 for me. The positioning there was 50-50.
Okay. So we get back into the game. Kronos here at level 4. He has the dragon form. Hades has the same thing in mind, but look at that bite. The dog bites the dragon. Wow, Ben Sanity, Yin Yang overturn gets out of range just in time. Hades is on the middle lane, just trying to clear everything out, but look at that. The burst down coming out here from Kronos, and the damage isn't joking in any way.
He disappeared, man. Like, where did Popol and Koopa go? He's back in base. That was so quick. And now they want to go for more on the bottom lane. And this is exactly what you said, right? If you pick a lineup with a lot of bruisers, a lot of fighters, you want to go for the team fight early on. That's what they're trying to do. Yin Yang overturn for Tiki as well on the bot lane. Not going to be enough. Like we mentioned, just that ultimate alone is not enough. The follow-up is the more important part. And here it is.
Ben Sanity will be the target here. Flicker out. He gets out of harm's way, but the dragon is chasing the boy. The boy here will go down. Esmeralda wants to fight at the bottom lane. That is a 3v1. And let's see if Rhea can manage this. No, he won't. But onto the top lane, there is an answer coming out here from Cignal Ultra onto the side of Cignal Pilipinas. But to no avail. They will just go straight for the turtle because it will help their Hayabusa to just secure the early game farm.
Alright, and of course, because of that, bottom lane will be going over to Sinag Pilipinas, but the turtle will be taken by Hades. Oh, that is a pretty good exchange, I would say. And Yagami using Color Inferno already, just to make sure he doesn't die in the middle of the fight, means that that will be a full disengage. And Sinag Pilipinas is gonna be ahead in terms of economy.
Well, it's not really a surprise that Sinag Pilipinas is getting control of the early game. Like, I mean, Kagura is a support, so as much as possible, the only thing she needs to do is a bit of stuns, a bit of slows, good positioning of the Yin Yang overturn. But for Cignal Ultra, they're just trying to make ends meet. Like the Uranus, they're trying to get as much gold as possible. Even the Esmeralda plus the Hayabusa, they really want that late game edge against this lineup of Sinag Pilipinas. Cignal Ultra, they should just hold on for a bit before they wanna fight. But Yuzong here, he was very passive at game number 1. Game number 2, he's just carrying his team on his back.
Yep, they're gonna keep that up. It's gonna be a little difficult to keep that up because all the focus is gonna be on you. But if your team is doing very well in disrupting your enemies, stuff like that happens. And now Cignal Ultra, this starting to look 50-50 for these guys. What is gonna be their answer to those big plays that's coming out of Sinag Pilipinas right now?
Sinag Pilipinas in a way is just putting or just using all of their resources, using all of their skills and prowess into one basin. That's literally it. They're not even doing anything special. As long as they can go for the pick of Cignal Ultra here, they really look like they're not gonna force a fight. They know their capabilities and they know when to push. As long as their turrets don't get pushed that easily, I don't think Cignal Ultra is out. But Sinag Pilipinas, they're doing a great job just destroying everyone that gets in their way, or they destroying everyone that they want to destroy onto the map.
Yep. And for now, that happens because they're always together. What if they will be separated? We haven't seen that yet, but I wonder the results. And I don't think we'll see that for the meantime, because right now Kronos is alone. He's still doing a lot of big plays. So Cignal Ultra, they need to remedy this really quickly, or else Kronos is just gonna get so unstoppable here.
But Sujin, Tusjin, and Thams, that's Yagami. That's Yagami versus Tusjin. They're going 1v1 to the top lane. The push is favoring the side of Tusjin, and he just wants to take this turret down just so he can move out of the lane. I am solo going for the last insanity. He pushes back everyone, doesn't let them bully him in a way. So Ben Sanity, really just forcing out the map control. He's just dropping out those traps as to not give Signal Pilipinas free reign over their objectives. And that's one of the things that I like about Signal Ultra is they're not forgetting. Oh my goodness, that is a kill on Yuzong. That is big.
That is
Rocker,
big.
that is big.
I know. I mean, like, I was like stunned. How did they pull that off like that? And now they can have free reign on the map, except for of course on top lane where Yagami is still gonna be the big threat. Everywhere else, they can have full control. How did that happen? That
I feel that is shadow kill luck.
yeah,
Level
everything went
900.
into one target. Yeah,
Level
exactly.
over 9,000. It went straight to Kronos. As we all know, this Kronos Yuzong build is all about damage. So it's no surprise that he got it, but I didn't think Sinag Pilipinas would actually make it so easy for them.
Oh, here we go.
And
Part
look at
two,
this,
that
another-
shadow kill. Yep,
Look at the
looking like
damage coming up from Kronos.
yep, Kronos, he doesn't need any help. He can do it all day long, and just like Captain America, he is just so tanky, gaining health over and over and over and over again, and Signal Ultra cannot do anything about it. Touchjin on the back foot, on the Uranus, I don't think he's gonna do that much, and he should start running. He should start running until Kronos catch. And because of that, Sinag Pilipinas going to be so strong on the fight.
And Tushin here still isn't done with annoying the side of Sinag Pilipinas. Rhea had a bit of time to breathe onto the bottom lane with that. He had a Calamity Reaper with the Dominance Ice on his hands. So this is a way to, you know, just equalize the playing field here for side of Signal Ultra. But look at the economy, Rockhard. 24k per 23k, all the gold lead that Sinag Pilipinas earned into the early game, they lost it at 9 minutes in.
I wonder why, because I feel like they're losing a lot of team fights. You know, Signal Ultra is losing a lot of team fights, but somehow they're keeping the economy still in balance. And that is a big question mark for me. But for now, the question mark is, will Rhea make it out alive with Kronos on the back, just trying to go in and hunt him down with the help of Fobble Kuma, though Kronos cannot actually pull off all the attacks he needs, but because DJ was isolated by Cram God, he will at least do something. And Hades, look at this, he is chasing off two members of Sinag Pilipinas, paying for it with his life. But was that all that Sinag Pilipinas needed? He needed to give some breathing room to Kronos, and his HP is already back to full.
Oh, I'm not even getting what are the things that's happening right now onto this game. There are so many intricacies that is happening in the sense that Signal Ultra is doing the right things, Sinag Pilipinas doing the right thing. It's all about the farm right now. Kronos here, they're not really trying to go for the pursue. They're not going for the chase just because they know at the back of their minds that if Kronos gets one kill, he is going to snowball and kill them all.
Yeah.
And that's how the killing spree works.
Yep.
Once that burst of HP gets back to you and you don't have any time to just like kill him in one blow, in one straight blow, that is going to be big for the side of Sinag Pilipinas. And Signal Ultra, they might lose the game just because of that.
Yeah. I think they might, and especially if DJ keeps getting disrupted by Cram God. Don't forget that's already the third airstrike on cooldown, so there's a small opening for Sinag Pilipinas to maybe take a fight. But Sinag Pilipinas is going to be losing one member. That's Cram God out. No more Tyrant Rage that they need to be worried about. That is starting to become a big problem here for Sinag Pilipinas. The single man pickups, like, they should be more careful, I think. And because of that, Signal Ultra, they take this lore without a contest.
And look at Tushin going 1v2 against this kid Kagura. He doesn't have enough burst damage to take him down, and he just fights head on. Kronos here, going straight for Rhea. Rhea, will he go down? That is the question. Does he have enough armor to escape the hands of this Dragon Lord? Yes, he will get away. But, you know, they get what they can. Signal Ultra, they got to look at
Yeah,
that.
absolutely. I mean, this Yuzong funnel is definitely working out well for them already. And I'm a little surprised that, using up individual members, maybe if they stick there more, this could be more effective for Sinag Pilipinas. But you know what? Signal Ultra, they look like they know how to play around it. And they're just splitting up all over the map right now.
Kronos here getting caught out, and look at that ultimate coming out from the Kufra. But to no avail, Kronos will still go down. Cram God here with the next target, taking out to the backlines. Kagura, he has a way for the same umbrella open to bail him out. But Hades says no. Hades, he says no. He just goes straight for the kill. One hit. I'm losing words. But right now the hype is real. Ladies and gentlemen, one hit. My goodness, the Lord is just taking everyone down. The turret is at half HP. Top lane is pushing.
Oh man.
Ladies and gentlemen, this turret will go down. The second inner turret for the side of Sinag Pilipinas is gonna go down as well. Will they make it 3? That is the question. Signal Ultra here. Will this be enough? Wow, Signal Ultra with one fast push, with one fell push. They just turn things around. Kronos here trying his best to control this. Signal Ultra, will this be game number 2 on their hands? Series number 2, will this be another 2-0? That is the question. Cram God, Hades going straight for the base. And that is going to be it. Game number 2 goes to the side of Signal Ultra.
So I will say I did not completely expect that. That was